बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम।
शुरू अल्लाह के नाम से जो रहमान और रहीम है।
इक़रा बिस्मि रब्बिकल्लज़ी खलक़।
पढ़ो ए नबी अपने रब के नाम के साथ जिसने पैदा किया।
खलक़ल इंसान मिन अलक़।
जमे हुए खून के एक लोथड़े से इंसान की तख्लीक की।
इक़रा व रब्बुकल अकरम।
पढ़ो और तुम्हारा रब बड़ा करीम है।
अल्लज़ी अल्लम बिल क़लम।
जिसने कलम के जरिए से इल्म सिखाया।
अल्लमल इंसान मा लम यअलम।
इंसान को वो इल्म दिया जिसे वो न जानता था।
Assalamu alaikum students. We start our class with the name of Allah who is most beneficent and ever merciful. Student, this is class 8, period is science and video number is 3. In the previous video class, we have completed our chapter number 9, that was heating and cooling, and also we have started chapter number 10, that was light. In that class, we have covered topic 10.1, 10.2, and we have also started topic 10.3. Topic 10.1 was about light and its properties, its speed, as well as in topic 10.2 we have discussed about the shadow, and in topic 10.3 we have studied about reflection of light. And in today's class we will complete our topic number 3, that is reflection of light, which includes images formed by the plane mirror as well as uses of plane mirror, and then we will discuss about concave mirror and convex mirror, and also images formed by the concave and convex mirrors, as well as we will also discuss about topic 10.4, that is refraction of light, in which we will discuss causes of refraction and their effects, and at last we will continue our last topic, that is 10.5 color, in which we studied about color filters, as well as primary and secondary colors of light. Let's start the very first topic which we also studied in previous class, that is reflection of light. Students, in the previous class we have discussed about it, that what is reflection. Reflection of light is the bouncing back of light or the return of light when the light ray strikes on an object. When the light ray strikes on a plane mirror or any reflective surface, it will bounce back. What is reflection of light? Bouncing back or return of light when it strikes on an object. And here we have an object plane mirror, in which in the topic of reflection of light we have discussed about different rays and different angles which are formed due to reflection of light. As you can see in this diagram, this is a plane mirror, and when the light strikes or when the light comes from an object, that is a bulb, the light that strikes on the plane mirror is an object on which light is striking from a bulb. So the ray that will be formed when the light strikes on an object, that is a plane mirror, light जब bulb से जा रही है कहाँ plane mirror की तरफ, तो that ray of light is called incident ray. It is called incident ray. And always remember, whenever an light strikes on any reflecting object, it will not absorb. It will not absorb, it will always bounce back. It will always bounce back or reflect it, or reflect back, and that ray is called reflected ray. That ray is called reflected ray, which forms an image on the retina of our eye. जब ये light ray जो कि reflect हुई है हमारी आँखों में पहुँचती है, तो on the retina, that is a very thin layer inside the eye. On this retina, the image of that object will be formed. This is called reflection of light. The angle between the incident ray and the normal is the imaginary line that is perpendicular to the surface of the object. Object की surface पर जो perpendicular line आती है, और it is also called a line that is present at the right angle to the surface, that is called normal, which is an imaginary line. Let's suppose this is a plane mirror and the light is striking on that plane mirror. This ray is called incident ray and this is called normal. The angle between the incident ray and the normal is called angle of incidence. And when the light reflected from that object, the ray is called reflected ray. The ray is called reflected ray. And the angle between the normal and the reflected ray is called angle of reflection. Okay, this is called incident ray and that is reflected ray, angle of incidence, angle of reflection. And whenever light strikes on a smooth surface, the angle of incidence will always equals to angle of reflection that we have studied in the previous class. Now I'm going to start today's topic, that is images formed by plane mirror. A plane mirror is a mirror which is a plane mirror is a mirror that have flat reflective surface. A mirror that have flat reflective surface is called a plane mirror, and images formed on a plane mirror or by the plane mirror have some characteristics. Characteristics of image formed by a plane mirror. जो इमेज प्लेन मिरर पे बनती है उसकी कुछ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होते हैं. इट हैज सम कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स. द फर्स्ट वन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक इज दैट ऑब्जेक्ट इमेज साइज is same as the size of object. जो object का size होगा, the size of object and the size of image will remain same. As you can see in this diagram, the object is bulb here and its image is formed behind the mirror. The size of image and object is same. The second characteristic is that it forms virtual image. All of you know that virtual image is an image that cannot be caught on the screen. ऐसी image जो screen पर ना ली जा सके, that is called virtual image. You can see in this diagram, this is the image that is formed behind the mirror. ये जो image बन रही है बल्ब की, ये mirror के back side पे बन रही है and it cannot caught on the screen. But how can we see that image? We see that image because the lights that is reflected from that mirror converge into retina. And as a result of which we see the object through this mirror by the reflection, but its image is formed behind the mirror and that image is called virtual image. Alright, the third characteristic is that its image will always be upright. Upright means its image will be erect or straight. The fourth characteristic is that it will form laterally inverted image. Laterally inverted image means the left side becomes right or the left side appear on the right side in the mirror, whereas the right side appears as a left side in the mirror. Sometimes we observed that the word ambulance is written in laterally inverted form on the ambulances. Why it is written in inverted form? So that it is written in inverted form just because for the driver, so that the driver can see the correct spelling of the word ambulance. As you can see, this word ambulance is laterally inverted form. When we place the mirror in front of this word ambulance, it will appear in laterally inverted form in the mirror. The word ambulance is written here in inverted, laterally inverted form. When we place the mirror in front of this word appear laterally inverted form and appear as like simple spelling of ambulance. जिस तरह से एम्बुलेंस लिखा जाता है, जब हम इस इमेज को मिरर में देखेंगे तो ये बिल्कुल हमें करेक्ट स्पेलिंग नजर आएगी, क्योंकि ये लैटरली इन्वर्टेड फॉर्म है. जब मिरर से देखेंगे तो ये इसकी लेफ्ट साइड राइट हो जाएगी, राइट साइड लेफ्ट हो जाएगी. यू कैन Also practice it at your home. All right. So the first characteristic of image formed by the plane mirror is that image size is same as the size of the object. It forms virtual image, upright image, and laterally inverted image. Another and important characteristic of images formed by plane mirror is that it forms the image as far behind the mirror, as far behind the mirror as the object in front of it, as the object in front of it. जितना ऑब्जेक्ट मिरर के फ्रंट पर होगा उतना ही उसके पीछे उसकी इमेज बनेगी. मीन्स द डिस्टेंस between the object and the mirror will remain same or will be same between the distance between the mirror and the image. जितना डिस्टेंस ऑब्जेक्ट का मिरर के साथ होगा उतना ही डिस्टेंस इमेज का मिरर के साथ होता है. दैट इज कॉल्ड इमेज एज फॉर बिहाइंड द मिरर एज द ऑब्जेक्ट in front of the mirror. So these are the characteristics of the images formed by the plane mirror. Uses of plane mirrors. If you want to see the plane mirror, then this is a plane mirror which is used in labs, and it is also used for different purposes. This is a plane mirror which has a reflective flat surface. Okay, the first use of plane mirror that is discussed in your book is it is used in a toy that is called kaleidoscope. It's like that. It has an eyepiece, and inside the kaleidoscope there are two or more than two reflective mirrors which are placed at different angles. When the light strikes on these mirrors inside this kaleidoscope, there are some small colored pieces or objects. When we turn this kaleidoscope, different color patterns will appear on the eyepiece due to multiple reflection. जो दो मिरर अंदर मौजूद हैं उन पर रिफ्लेक्शन आई होगी किनकी, इन ऑब्जेक्ट्स की. जब हम इस ट्यूब को टर्न करेंगे तो डिफरेंट कलर पैटर्न्स हमें नजर आएंगे. इट इज जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ द प्लेन मिरर्स विच आर यूज्ड इनसाइड दिस kaleidoscope. The second use of a plane mirror is that it is used in many optical instruments. बहुत सारे ऑप्टिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स में इसे हम यूज करते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एंड वाई वी यूज इट फॉर इन मैनी ऑप्टिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स फॉर रिफ्लेक्शन एंड फॉर चेंजिंग द डायरेक्शन ऑफ लाइट. So the first instrument in which plane mirror is used, it is microscope. All of you know that microscope is an instrument which is used to see the objects or the organisms which we cannot see with our naked eye. As you can see, this is a microscope. If you look at this mirror, this is a reflective plane mirror. Why we use this reflective plane mirror in this microscope? So on the stage where we place the specimen, this is a stage, and on this stage there is a hole where a transparent glass is present. On this transparent glass we place the specimen slide, and when we set this reflective mirror to reflect the light will pass through this transparent glass, and we can see the object or the specimen through the lenses clearly. So this is the use of plane mirror in microscope. Another instrument in which a plane mirror is used, and that instrument is telescope. In telescope, we also use plane mirror for reflection. What is telescope? Telescope is an instrument which is used to see the distant object like stars, like planet, like moon. These are the objects which are very distant from our earth. हमारी ज़मीन से ये बहुत दूर होते हैं, बहुत छोटे नजर आ रहे होते हैं. When we want to see them in a magnified form, we use telescope, and inside the telescope, as you can see, this is our reflective mirror which help us to see the distant objects. All right. The third instrument in which we use plane mirror is periscope. Periscope is an instrument. This is a diagram of periscope. It is a long tube in which two plane mirrors are placed at different angles. In periscope, why we use periscope? Periscope is used to see the objects which are not in direct line of sight, जिन्हें हम direct नहीं देख सकते जिन objects को. To see those objects we use an instrument that is called periscope. Periscopes are usually used in submarines. Submarines are the ships that are present inside the water. समंदर के अंदर होती हैं, and if we want to see the environment outside the water or the object or at the surface of the water, then we will use this periscope. The light from that object which is present at the surface of the water or in the air will strike on that mirror. This light ray will be called incident ray. किसी भी object पर जब light पड़ रही होगी और वो mirror पर आकर टकराएगी, that ray will be called incident ray. As a result, our reflected ray will form on the next mirror, but this reflected ray will become incident ray for the second mirror, and then through this incident ray, our reflected ray will form. And this refracted ray reach to our eyes and we can see the object clearly. यानी एक object जो कि बाहर था, पानी के बाहर था, surface पे था या air में था, उस पे light जब strike करी तो उसकी reflection आई first mirror पर, first mirror की reflection आई second mirror पर, और second mirror की reflection को हमने अपनी आंख से देख लिया कि पानी के बाहर surface पर या air में अगर कोई चीज मौजूद है जिसे हम देखना चाह रहे हैं तो we can see through this periscope by the use of plane mirror. So these are the uses of plane mirror. Now the next topic is mirrors with different reflective surfaces. On the basis of reflective surfaces, basically we have three types of mirror: plane mirror, concave mirror and convex mirror. We have discussed about the plane mirror. Now I am going to discuss two other types of mirror. The first one is convex mirror and the second one is concave mirror. Students, convex mirror is a type of mirror that have reflective surface that bulges outward. If you look at this mirror, its reflective surface is bulges outward. इसकी reflective surface बाहर की तरफ निकली हुई है, उभरी हुई है. That's why it is called convex mirror. All right. So convex mirror is a mirror that have reflective surface that bulges outward. We can also say that it's a mirror, just like if we talk about its reflective surface shape is just like the front of a spoon, like front of a spoon. Like if this is a spoon and this surface is bulges outward. Back of a spoon जो होता है वो बाहर की तरफ उभरा हुआ होता है. That is, this shape is called convex mirror. Convex mirror, whereas concave mirrors are those mirrors that have that's reflective surface caves inward, जिसकी reflective surface अंदर की तरफ होती है, just like this. This is a concave mirror. Its reflective surface is showing inward direction. इसकी reflective surface अंदर की तरफ है. That's why it is called concave mirror. And just like the front of a spoon, if you look at the front of a spoon, the surface of the spoon is inward, in inward direction. Surface किस तरफ है इसकी? अंदर की तरफ है. This shape of mirrors are called concave mirrors. So concave mirrors have reflective surfaces that moves inward or caves inward like front of a spoon. If we talk about their images, so concave mirrors or concave and convex, both mirrors form virtual and upright image. दोनों की image virtual होगी और upright होगी. Upright means erect or straight image. Virtual means an image that cannot be caught on the screen. एक ऐसी image जो screen पर ना ली जा सके. Then what will be the difference between these two mirrors? The main difference is that convex mirrors produce diminished image. Diminished image. What is diminished image? An image that is smaller in size as compared to the size of object. एक ऐसी image जो object के size से बहुत छोटी हो, that image is called diminished image. An image is smaller than object. एक ऐसी image जो object से छोटी हो, that image is called diminished image, and it also forms virtual and upright image. If we talk about the concave mirror, it also forms virtual and upright image. But what is the difference between concave and convex mirror? So the difference is it forms magnified. Concave mirror forms magnified image. And what are magnified images? Magnified images are those images that are bigger in size as the size of object, which are bigger in size than objects. What is the difference between two? The first one forms diminished image, whereas the second one, concave mirror, forms a magnified image. What are the uses of concave and convex mirrors? So convex mirrors are used for security purposes. For security purposes in shops, as well as it is also used as blind corner mirror in vehicles. गाड़ियों के साइड में जो मिरर होता है, that is called blind corner mirror. So the driver can see the image of wider range, wider scope. बहुत दूर तक की objects की छोटी छोटी images side के corner mirror में आ रही होती है, so the driver can drive safely. All right. So what are the uses of concave mirrors? Concave mirrors are used in dancing studios, in telescopes, as well as as cosmetics mirror. So these are the two different mirrors with their definitions, images and uses. So the first topic now here is completed, the topic 10.3, in which we have discussed about reflection of light, images formed by plane mirror, uses of plane mirror. Then we have discussed about two different types of mirrors, concave mirrors, convex mirrors, their definitions, their shape, their uses, as well as their images formed by these different mirrors. Now it's time to start the next topic, that is topic 10.4, refraction of light. So the topic 10.4, refraction of light. In refraction of light, we have discussed about incident ray and the refracted ray and the reflected ray, and we have also discussed that the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection will remain same. But in refraction of light, there is a change in the rays of light, there is a change in the direction of light. So what is refraction of light? Refraction of light is change in direction of light, or we can say that it's the bending of light. Bending of light. Why light changes its direction? Why it बैंड्स, लाइट डायरेक्शन चेंज क्यों कर रही है और लाइट बैंड क्यों हो रही है? देयर इज अ रीजन बिहाइंड दिस एंड द रीजन इज दैट लाइट travels at different speed in different media. That property of light we have discussed in the last video class when we were discussing about the properties of light, that light travels at different speeds in different media. This is the reason, that's why the light bends whenever light bends when it travels, light band when it travels from one transparent medium to another transparent medium, or from one rarer or transparent medium to another denser or transparent medium. What are the rarer mediums and what are the transparent mediums? Rarer mediums are those mediums in which the speed of light is fast. In this medium, speed of light is faster. For example, air. Air is the medium in which the speed of light is much more than the glass or than water, which are solid and liquid mediums. So what are denser mediums? Denser mediums are the mediums in which speed of light is slow. Speed of light is slow. All right. So whenever the light travels from a rarer medium and enters into a denser medium, it will bend, and this bending of light is called refraction of light. And the reason behind this is that, or the cause of the refraction is that speed of light is different in different media. Speed of light is different in different media. How can we prove that whenever a light enters from one transparent medium into another transparent medium and they bend? It can be proved by using some instruments that are glass slabs and prisms. Student, this is a glass slab. It is a glass slab which is made up of a transparent solid glass, a solid medium. It is cuboid in shape and it is three-dimensional. Okay, whenever the light strikes from air into that glass prism, let's suppose this is a glass prism. Whenever the light strikes or pass through this glass prism, it will bend. It will bend like this. And when it passes out through this glass prism, it will again bend. Why it is bending? Because the light that is entering or from the air, the light that enters from the air has different speed. The speed of light in air is much more faster than the speed of light in that glass slab. So when the light enters into the glass slab, it starts bending, and the light ray that is present inside the glass slab is called refracted ray. It's called refracted ray. And when the light ray starts to come out from this glass slab, its speed again starts to increase. Why the speed of this bending light starts to increase? Because the light that is coming from the glass is entering into the air, and the speed of light in air is much more faster than the speed of light in this glass slab. That's why the light ray again starts to bend. This is the refraction of light which is shown by the glass slab. I am again drawing a diagram here. This is a glass slab, and the light ray that is striking or passing through this glass slab is called incident ray. This is called incident ray, and there is a normal ray at the right angle to the surface of the glass slab. When the light enters from the air into the glass slab, it starts to bend towards the normal. ये किस तरफ बैंड हो रही है? नॉर्मल की तरफ बैंड हो रही है. Why it is bending towards the normal? Because the speed of light is decreasing here. When it starts to emerge from the mirror or from the glass slab, it again starts to bend away from the normal. If there is a normal, so you can see that this light ray that is emerging out from the glass, it starts to moving away from the normal, and this ray is called emergent ray. This ray is called emergent ray. This ray is called incident ray, and the ray that is passing through the glass slab is called refracted ray. Is called refracted ray. There will be three angles: angle of incidence, angle of refraction, and angle of emergent. Always remember, the angle of incidence and the angle of emergent will always be equal, because the incident ray and the emergent rays are parallel to each other. So this is the refraction showing by a glass slab. It is also the answer of question number 10. This is also the answer of question number 10. There are two different mediums, air and glass slab. All right. Okay. If a light ray is passing at the right angle to the glass slab, what will happen? If a light ray is passing at the right angle to the glass slab, it will not bend, it will pass through the glass slab without any refraction. Remember, when light passes at right angle to the surface of the glass slab, to the surface of glass slab, it will go through without refraction. Okay, when the incident ray is striking on a glass slab at the 90-degree angle, at the right angle to the surface of the glass slab, it will pass through the glass slab without any bending. Effects of refraction of light. Before starting the effects of refraction of light, you must know how refracted images are formed on the retina of our eyes. This is the lens of human eye, and from this lens there will be a ball-like structure is formed, and this is called retina. This is retina, all right. This is called cornea of the human eye. This is called pupil. All right. So this is retina, right? This is lens, and this one is cornea. Whenever the light strikes, or the refracted light entering into our eyes from an object, this is cornea. Alright, let's suppose this is an object, and when the light is striking on that object, it starts enter into our eye and it enters into the cornea, and from cornea it starts to bend, and as a result of this an refracted image or a banded image is formed on the retina. So when the light entering into our eyes is refracted by lenses and cornea. Lenses and cornea. When it passes from the cornea and enters into the lenses, it will bend like this, right? So light entering into our eyes is refracted by lenses and cornea before it forms an image on retina, before it forms an image on retina. इसका मतलब क्या है कि लाइट की रिफ्रैक्टेड और बेंडिंग इमेज रेटिना पे डायरेक्ट फॉर्म नहीं होती, लाइट बैंड होना शुरू हो जाती है व्हेन इट एंटरिंग फ्रॉम cornea into the lens. It will starts to bend and as a result its bended image is formed on the retina. Light rays जो है वो retina पर जाकर bend नहीं हो रही, but it bends before it formed an image on the retina. That's why we see the object, sometimes object is bending or sometimes we see the false image of an object. There are the three effects of refraction of light. The first one is apparent depth. Apparent depth means false impression of the depth. False impression of depth. Depth का सही अंदाजा ना लगना और गलत इमेज का बन जाना, that is called false impression of depth or the appearance of apparent depth. For example, we see or we observe swimming pool and the fishes shallower than their actual depth. Then they are actually, मतलब जो फ्लोर है, the floor or the bottom of the swimming pool, its depth appears false. उसकी डेप्थ हमें ऊपर नजर आ रही होती है as compared to its original depth. Let's take an example of this diagram. Let's take an example of this diagram that is showing refraction of light with apparent depth. You can see that this is an object that is present at the bottom of the swimming pool's floor, but its image is formed above the object. Why the image of that object is formed above the object? Just because of refraction of light. When the light ray passes from the when the light ray strikes on that object, it will bend, and from that object light enters into the water, and from water it enters into the air. When the light ray comes out from the water and enters into the air, its speeds will increase. Its speed will increase, so its image is formed just above the object. क्योंकि लाइट की स्पीड चेंज हुई और लाइट की स्पीड चेंज होने की वजह से जो इमर्जेंट रे थी वो क्या हो गई, वो रिफ्रैक्ट हो गई, और इस रिफ्रैक्टेड इमर्जेंट रे की वजह से जो कि आपकी रेटिना पर जाकर इमेज फॉर्म कर रही है, हमें ऑब्जेक्ट अपनी एक्चुअल डेप्थ पर नजर नहीं आ रहा, उसकी इमेज उसकी एक्चुअल डेप्थ पर नजर नहीं आ रही. एज यू कैन सी द डिफरेंस इन द डेप्थ ऑफ इमेज एंड ऑब्जेक्ट. apparent depth is different as compared to the actual depth. The actual depth is much more than the apparent depth. Why it happens? It happens just because of refraction of light. The second effect of refraction of light is bending of light, or object appear bend when partially immersed in water. object appear bent when partially immersed in water. Any object which is halfly immersed, partially means half, an object that is partially immersed in water appears bent like this. If we immerse this spoon in water, as you can see in the camera, I hope you can observe it clearly. It shows some bending. The spoon that is present inside this water appears bent, or you can also observe this bending through this brush. As you can see in the glass, this brush is showing some sort of bending. It is not present in a straight line. Why it happens? It happens just because of refraction of light. So whenever an object is partially immersed in water, it will appear bent. This is the second effect of refraction. The third effect of refraction is dispersion of white light. Dispersion of white light. What is dispersion of white light? Dispersion of white light is the splitting of white light into its component colors. Students, all of you know that white light is made up of 7 different colors, so it is called spectrum of white light. What is the spectrum of white light? Band of 7 different colored lights. Band of 7 different colored lights which makes up the white, light. Like this. If you see, this is the white light. It is made up of 7 different colors of light. If we merge all these 7 different colors, then a single ray of light will form. That will be called a spectrum of white light, or the band of 7 different colors of light. What happened then during dispersion of white light? These 7 different colors will bend due to the dispersion of white light and split at different angles. So this is called dispersion of white light. What are these 7 different colors? These 7 different colors are red, orange, yellow, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. These are the 7 different colors of white light. If you want to remember their arrangement, then there are basically 2 codes. The first code is Webb Gure. The first code is Webb Gure. V violet, I indigo, B blue, G green, Y yellow, O orange and R red. There is another sentence to remember their arrangement, that is Richards of York gain battle in vain. So the first color will be red. From this R we get red. From this O we get orange. From this Y we get yellow. From this G we get green. From this B we get blue. From this I we get indigo, and from this V we get violet. From both sides we have two codes to remember their arrangements. These are the codes to remember the arrangement of these 7 different colors of light. Why it is important to remember their arrangement? It is because they slows down by different amount. Each and every color slows down by different amount, so we cannot slows down by different amount, as well as their angle of refractions are also different from one another, so we cannot change their arrangement. That's why we need to remember their arrangement, and for this we have two codes, Richards of York, Gann, Battle and Wayne, and as well as if you want to remember in simple way, that is Whip, Gore. These colors are also called the colors of rainbow. If you want to observe the dispersion of white light into 7 different colors, then there is an optical instrument that is called prism. This is an optical instrument which we call prism, and prism has triangular geometrical shape. It's an optical instrument which has triangular geometrical shape and used for splitting 7 different colors of white light. If you want to see the prism, then this is a prism. It has triangular shape. All right. This prism is used to show the refraction of white light. Whenever the white light strikes on any side of this prism, it will disperse, it will split into 7 different colors of white light, as you can see in this diagram. This is the one side of the prism. When the white light strikes or passes through this prism, it starts bending, it starts or slows down. The first color, that is violet. Violet color slow down most. Just because it slows down most, it is refracted most, whereas the red color, the speed of red color is very slow, that's why it refracted less. So this is a prism that is showing the splitting of white light into 7 different colors. If you want to recombine the lights of 7 different colors, or if you want to recombine these 7 different lights to make the white light, what will we do? We can use 2 different glass prisms. Recombining of 7 different colors of white light. Then there are 2 ways. The first way is using 2 prisms, by use of 2 prisms. This is the first way. You can see in this diagram, when the white light passes through the prism, it is refracted, or it splits into 7 different colors of white light. And when we use another glass prism and place it in inverted position, and these light rays which are coming from the first glass prism, they enters into the second glass prism, and as a result only one light ray will comes out from the second prism, that will be the white light. All right, that's why this is a first method to recombine the 7 different colors of white light to make white light. Another way is by spinning Newton's disk. By spinning Newton's disk. What is Newton's disk? A disk that is made up of 7 different colors of white light. If we spin this disk, that is called Newton's disk, then it will show only one color. You can do it at your home. You can make this disk at your home, and when you spin that disk, you will observe that this will show only one color, that will be white color. So these are the two different ways to recombine 7 different colors of light to make white light. Now here the second topic, that is topic 10.4, refraction of light, is completed. Okay, now topic 10.5, color and color filters. Colored filters. Okay students, as we have discussed, whatever we see, its image is formed on the retina. It means our retina or our eyes has some receptor cells. In human eye there are some receptor cells, and these receptor cells are sensitive to 3 colors: red, blue and green, and we can see these colors by retina, right? Human eye has some receptor cells which are sensitive to 3 different colors: red, blue and green, and we can see these colors through our retina. Alright, so what are colored filters? Colored filters are basically some sort of sheets. Color filters are transparent or certain color sheets, certain colored sheets that reflect certain color of light certain color of white light while absorbing others. What are color filters? Color filters are the transparent colored sheets that reflect certain color of white light. All of you know that white light is made up of different colors. It means our transparent material, if our transparent material is made up of red color, if our colored filter is made up of red color, then the light that is white in nature, that is white in color, if it strikes on that red colored filter, then this red color filter will reflect only the red light. What happened with the 6 different lights? These 6 different lights are absorbed by this red colored filter. So color filters क्या हैं? These are the sheets which absorbs all the lights and reflect only that colored light, or that the light उस color light को सिर्फ reflect करेगा जिससे वो filter खुद बना हुआ है. You can see these 3 diagrams. Here we have If you look at this diagram, here we have 3 different colored filters. The first one is a red colored filter, the second one is a green colored filter, and the third one is a blue colored filter. When 3 different colors of light are falling on the red colored filter, the red color filter only transmitting the red light. इस रेड कलर फिल्टर में से सिर्फ कौन सी लाइट ट्रांसमिट या रिफ्लेक्ट हुई? दैट इज द रेड लाइट. व्हाट हैपेंड विद दिस ब्लू एंड ग्रीन कलर्ड लाइट? दीज 2 colored lights are absorbed by this colored filter. Same as from the green colored filter, only green light will reflect, and from the blue colored filter only blue light will reflect. This is the basic property of colored filters. Okay students, now we have two different types of colors. Color light, primary colors of light. What are primary colors of light? Primary colors of light are the three colors of light that which on mixing produce white light. ऐसे तीन कलर जो जब आपस में एक साथ मिक्स किए जाएं, then they produce white color light. These three colors are called primary colors of light. These are red, blue and green. As you can see in this diagram, these three dots are showing only three colors, red, blue and green, and these are the primary colors of light. Right, what are secondary colors of light? Secondary colors of light are the lights which are formed on mixing two primary colors. When two primary colors are mixed together, then a secondary colored light will formed. And these are cyan, magenta and yellow. If you want to check how these primary color mix and form a secondary colored light, then you can see when the blue and red color light are mixed together, then a magenta color will be formed. What code we have for secondary colors of light? The first one we have magenta. How magenta color is formed? Magenta color will be formed when red and blue lights are mixed. How cyan color will be formed? It will form when, as you can see, blue, green and blue, or green and blue color are mixed. When we mix green and blue color, then cyan color will be formed. The third one is yellow. How yellow colored light is formed? Yellow colored light will be formed when red and green color are mixed together. Alright, so red and blue, they both are primary color of light. When they mix together, they form a single color, that is magenta. When green and blue light mix together, then it will form a cyan color light. When red and green color light are mixed together, then it will form yellow colored light. And all these are the secondary colors of light, which are formed by mixing two primary colors. Okay, now the next topic is reflection of light from luminous or non-luminous object. Student, always remember about luminous and non-luminous object, which we have discussed in the first video. Luminous objects are those objects which produce or which emits their own light. What will happen, or what color light will reflect when the light falls, when the white light falls on a luminous object? So when the light falls on luminous object, then it appears, or the object appear in certain color, which it emits. What does it mean? Let's suppose this is a sun or this is a candle. This is a candle flame. This is a candle flame. What will happen when the white light strikes on it? अगर white light इस candle flame पर strike करती है और pass होती है, then which color light you will observe? तो हमें वो कौन सी color light नजर आएगी? हमें color light नजर आएगी red या फिर yellow, which is its flame color, जो कि उसके flame का color भी है. Then what will happen with the remaining lights? बाकी की लाइट्स का क्या हुआ? क्योंकि व्हाइट लाइट में तो रेड भी था, ब्लू भी था, ग्रीन, येलो, ऑरेंज, रेड, वायलेट, ब्लू, इंडिगो. There were the 7 different colors, but we only observed 1 or maybe 2 colors like red or yellow. That is actually the color of that flame. That is showing that this flame is worked as a colored filter. It worked as a colored filter. When white light strikes on this flame, it shows its original colored light while absorbs the remaining colored lights. Okay, this is about the light which is falling on the luminous object. What will happen with the non-luminous object? Non-luminous object, when white light falls on non-luminous object, and all of you know that non-luminous objects are those objects which do not produce their own light. Whenever a light strikes on it, this light will reflect into our eyes and we can see that object. जब light इनके ऊपर पड़ती है तो light जो reflect होती है उसकी वजह से हम उन objects को देख पाते हैं, right? So these are the non-luminous objects. When the light or white light falls on a non-luminous object, it appears in the color, in its own color. It appears in its own color. In its own color. If it is red in color, it will appear in red. If it is green in color, it will appear green. If it is blue in color, it will appear blue. If the non-luminous object is red in color, it will appear red. If the non-luminous object is indigo blue in color, it will appear indigo and blue in color. It will appear in its own color while absorb the remaining colors of white light. As you can see in these 3 different diagrams. The first diagram you can see, it's a diagram of a green colored leaf. What color of this leaf we can see? If you look at this diagram from the sun's light, which is white in color, when the sunlight strikes on this green leaf, then only the green color will reflect. Why only the green color will reflect? Because all the remaining colors from these 7 different colors of light are absorbed by this green leaf, which worked as a colored filter. जिसने colored filter का काम किया, सारे colors को absorb कर लिया and only it transmits the green colored light. That's why when the white light falls on a green leaf, we will only see the green color light that is coming from that leaf. If you look at the second diagram, this second diagram is showing the milk which is spread on the floor. फ्लोर पे जो मिल्क फैला हुआ है, if the white light strikes on this milk will appear white in color. Why this milk appear white in color? Because all the 7 colors of light, when it strikes on this white milk, all these 7 color will transmit into our eyes and we can see them in a single ray of white light. जब जो milk था which is white in color, जब वो floor पर फैला हुआ था, उस पर white light strike करेगी तो 7 के 7 colors को वो transmit कर देगी. No color will be absorbed by by the milk, because milk is also white in color, which is also made up of 7 different colors of light. That's why the milk will transmit all the 7 colors of light without absorbing any other or any one color from it. What will happen when we use green colored light or when we strike a green colored light on a green leaf? अगर हम green leaves के ऊपर green colored light को strike करते हैं और when a green colored light falls on a leaf, it will reflect or it will transmit again in green colored light. जो ग्रीन कलर्ड लाइट स्ट्राइक कर रही थी, फॉल हो रही थी किसके ऊपर, लीफ के ऊपर, वो ग्रीन कलर की ही वहां से ट्रांसमिट हो गई. बट व्हाट हैपेंड व्हेन द रेड लाइट फॉल्स ऑन अ ग्रीन लीफ? Which color of a leaf appear or how this green leaf appear? This green leaf appears black. When the green light is falling on a leaf, the leaf appears green. Why it is appearing green? Because the green light reflecting from this green leaf while the other colors of light absorbs. But what happened when we fall, or when the red light falls on a green colored leaf? When the red light falls on a green colored leaf, then the green colored leaf will not appear in green in color. It will appear black in color. Why it will appear black in color? Because the leaf's color is green, but the light that is falling on the leaf, it is not green. That's why it will not transmit the red colored light. वो रेड कलर्ड लाइट को ट्रांसमिट कर ही नहीं सकता क्योंकि उसका अपना कलर्ड फिल्टर क्या है, ग्रीन है. तो जब ग्रीन कलर्ड फिल्टर से हम रेड लाइट को पास करने की कोशिश करेंगे, इट विल नॉट पास, it will not reflect, it will be absorbed by the green colored leaf, and as a result it appears black. You can also perform it at your home to see is it wrong or right. What will happen if we use the blue colored light? जब हमने blue colored light को use किया और fall किया on green on a black leaf, what will happen? Again this blue colored light will be absorbed. This blue colored light will absorb, as a result of which it appears black in color. It will not appear blue in color, because blue is not the color of leaf. The color of leaf is green. The leaf will appear only green when green light falls on it. If any other color light falls on it, like blue, like red, like indigo, then it will not appear green. So another thing that you can observe in your books pages are usually white in color, whereas the printed material is present on different colors. Why we see the page as white? Because all the colored lights which are falling on that page are reflected back, or they transmit again. यानी जितनी भी white light हमारे pages के ऊपर पड़ी, as you can see in this page, if this page is white in color, but why we can see the black color, why we can see the blue color? Because the white light which is striking on that page is reflected into our eyes. That's why this white page is appearing white. But when it reflected, or when it falling on this blue color, then this blue color appears blue. Why it appears blue? Because it absorbs the remaining colors of light. So this is about the colors, colored filters, primary and secondary colors of light, and rainbows of light, and properties of colored filter in luminous objects and non-luminous object. I hope you have understood all the topics which we have discussed today. Let's take a quick review of the complete chapter which we have started in the last video class. First of all, we have discussed topic 10.1, that was the light, in which we have discussed about the light, speed of light, its property, how it is traveling from different medium, what is the speed of light in different medium, and then we have discussed about luminous objects, non-luminous object. After that, we have discussed about transparent material, translucent material, and opaque material. After that, we have discussed topic 10.2, that was shadow, in which we have discussed about umbra and penumbra, extended source of light and pointed source of light. After that, we started topic 10.3, that was the reflection of light, and today we started again topic 10.3, reflection of light, in which we have discussed about images formed by the plane mirror, uses of plane mirror, concave mirrors, convex mirrors, their uses, their images. And after that, we started topic 10.4, in which we have discussed about refraction of light, in which we take the examples of two transparent mediums, a glass prism and glass block, as well as we have discussed about the causes of refraction and its effects. And in the effects, we have discussed about apparent depth, objects appear band when partially immersed in water, and also the dispersion of white light. In dispersion of white light, we have discussed about the spectrum of white light, rainbows, how we can recombine the spectrum of white light, in which we have discussed about two different methods for recombining the spectrum of white light by using two different prisms and by using or by spinning the Newton's disk. After that, we have started the last topic, that was topic 10.5, in which we have discussed about color, colored filters, primary and secondary colors of light, and at last we have discussed about the luminous and non-luminous object that works as colored filters. Okay students, now it's time for your homework. What will you do in your homework? First one is the video homework. Do try it out of page number 248. What will you do in your copy? Do question number 7 to 13. Try it out. Page number 246. Think about it. Page number 228 and 230, and also think tank number 2. All right. You will do try it out of page number 248. There are some blanks. You can solve. You will solve these blanks, and what will you do in your copy? You will do question number 3 to question number 13. Try it out page number 246. Think about it page number 228, 230, and think tank number 2 from content solution page number solution page number 72 to 75. We will meet in the next video inshallah with the next chapter, chapter number 11. Till then, take care of yourself.